Hey, folks, is it too late, do you think? Is it too late for Richie Incognito to say that he's gay? And remember, be on the lookout for Obama. When he tells you, if you like your gun, you can keep it, you now know he's lying. Greetings. Yes. Greetings, my friends, and welcome. It's El Rushbo. This is the Excellence in Broadcasting Network. Great to have you here. It's pathological. With Clinton, it was, I never had sex with that woman, not a single time, never, and I never asked anybody to lie. And that then became a controversy over the definition of is. Remember that? Depends on what is. This is pathological. This is Obama now saying he didn't say what he said. Obama is now trying, by the way, if I can do this, he's trying to implement the Limbaugh theorem. This is the latest example of the very thing the Limbaugh theorem described, the president pretending to fight against the snake oil that he's created. The president pretending to be opposed to the very thing he's created. That meaning that, oh, my God, I just now figured out that people are losing their insurance and their doctors, and that was never in the intention. And we said that you wouldn't lose it if your plan didn't change. And the media is out. Folks, it's really bad. I mean, the media thing, I've been covering the guy 5 years. He never said that. We got Ron Fournier of the National Journal lying about lies, why credibility matters to Obama. And this story is devastating, even though he tries to help Obama in this thing. He's trying to help him recover, but these people are flabbergasted out there over this. The president trying to reinvent the history of his you can keep it promise on health care. But this is just incredible. So let's get started. By the way, telephone number if you want to be on the program is 800-282-2882. The email address, lrushbo@eibnet.com. Here is Obama yesterday at an Organizing for America event.
Now, if you have or had one of these plans before the Affordable Care Act came into law, and you really liked that plan, what we said was you could keep it if it hasn't changed since the law's passed. So we wrote into the Affordable Care Act, you're grandfathered in on that plan. But if the insurance company changes it, then what we're saying is they've got to change it to a higher standard.
It's just not true, folks. He never, ever said it. Now, the law does say, this tells me something, by the way. He knows what the law says on this now. The law does say that your plan is grandfathered, but if it changes an iota, if it changes by a nickel, if it changes in the slightest way, it's gone and you lose your grandfathered status. What he's not telling anybody here is that Obamacare mandates the insurance companies to change these policies by mandating that they cover more, that they charge more. It was never going to be possible for you to keep your plan is the bottom line, and that's what he doesn't know that he's admitting here. It was never going to be. They calculated. Don't forget the news of last week and 2 weeks ago. The White House knew. Remember, Lisa Myers, NBC News, uncovered this. They knew that Obama was going to go out to lie. They put it on the teleprompter. They knew, and they made a calculated decision that it was better to lie about it to get the thing passed and then deal with the aftermath, which is what they're doing now. They also knew, and it was in the Federal Register, 93 million Americans were going to lose their policies. 93 million Americans could not keep their insurance. 93 million Americans could not keep their doctor. They knew this. This was in the media last week and the week before. It was known that Obama was telling a falsehood, and it was a calculated plan to do just that. They thought that his goodwill that he had built up with his fans would sustain him through this, and that he'd be able to handle the aftermath in typical Obama fashion, deny it, and then claim he didn't know it, and then he's looking out for you, i.e. the Limbaugh theorem. But the media is having a tough time. I mean, I guess there's even a limit for them. Here's the problem with this. These are lies. They are calculated, purposeful lies. And this is really, really bad. This may be, and I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not trying to do anything for effect here, this may be the biggest presidential lie in our lifetimes. I don't know about things that happened when I wasn't alive, previous presidents. So I'm not going to say that it's the biggest lie ever, but it certainly probably is the biggest presidential lie in my lifetime, and he knows it. This isn't, as I say, I did not have sex with that woman, not a single time, never, and I'll never ask anybody to lie. This is not, I didn't bug those offices. This is not, I don't know where those Rose Law Firm bill and records came from. The map room, you're saying? Well, that must have been hiding. This is nothing. I mean, Clinton lying under oath to grand jury, that's a bad presidential thing to do. But this was lying to the American people. This is lying about your relationship with your doctor, about your health. Now, the Democrat Party, ever since, I'd actually pegged this, you know something, I'd pegged this back to the 80s. I remember there was a Pennsylvania senator by the name of Harris Wofford. And Harris Wofford got this whole healthcare thing going. He ratcheted it up by saying, look, if the Constitution is going to guarantee you a lawyer, then why doesn't it guarantee you a doctor? If you get in trouble and you can't afford a lawyer, one's provided for you. Why doesn't that happen in your health care? And that got the ball rolling. Now, national health care has always been a dream of the Democrat Party, and it's always been a relevant thing. But it's relatively new that people consider their health insurance the number one most important possession that they have. For many people, psychologically, I mean, it has become more important than their house or their car or their flat screen. And it's all because the Democrat Party has spent all of these years ratcheting this up and telling people and warning people they could go bankrupt. They're one paycheck away from bankruptcy if they get sick. They've done such a great job of scaring people and creating a crisis out of poor health. I mean, getting sick now is a major crisis in people's lives. It doesn't require a catastrophe to make people paranoid. The Democrat Party has made everyday health care a crisis by focusing on it as a political issue, by claiming that the Republicans and others don't care about your health, by making it the number one employee benefit and all of that. They in people's minds, they have made their health care the most important thing to them. And now, having done that, they have changed the relationship between citizen and state regarding health care. And they have let everybody know that they, too, the Democrats, think that your health is the most important thing in the world. We know it's the most important thing to you, and it's the most important thing to us. And so now here comes Obama, after ginning up all of this crisis and panic about everyday health. Certainly, I made my point here. I mean, health used to be everybody wanted to be healthy and all, but in my lifetime, it has changed dramatically. Getting sick was never a crisis. It was not, oh my God, the end of the world. People's health insurance, it was not the most important thing to them. It's not why they wanted to get a job. It wasn't the most important, but I'm telling you, the Democrats have politicized this to the point that I think people have an irrational attachment to it. However, it's real, whether it's irrational or not. And because it's gotten so expensive, again, that's because of the Democrats and government being involved. People can't take care of it on their own now, and so it is a crisis that they have created ostensibly for their political benefit, and therefore it is the most personal thing to millions of Americans. Their health, getting sick and being able to get treated is the most important thing to just gobs of people. And so given that the highly personal aspect of this issue to people, the President of the United States lied purposefully, knowingly, willfully about the most important thing in most people's lives. Mr. Limbaugh, you think that your health care is not the most... No, it's not. Frankly, that's my point. It's not. I get sick, I go to the doctor. I don't live in fear of getting sick. My health care is not the primary concern I have about where I work. It's not. But for most people, it is. I don't even have health insurance. But I'm weird. I'm unique. I'm odd. I'm in a minority. I understand that. But I'm just telling you, I know how important it is to be. And I'm not criticizing it. I'm simply saying that is the reality now. And the president, he could have lied about it. He could have lied about Syria. He could have lied about global warming. But this, he promised people that the most important thing in their life would not change with his reform. In not only that, he told them the most important thing in their life would get cheaper. And he told them the most important thing in their life would become more accessible. And he told them the most important relationship in their life, their doctor, would be unchanged. He lied purposefully, willfully, and in a way that cannot be covered up. It cannot be said that it was a gaffe. It cannot be said that it was a screw-up. It was willful. It was political. It was for his and his party's advantage, and it was without compassion. He did this with no concern on the end result for people who believed him. And in that sense, it has revealed who he really is. And a lot of people who voted for him, and a lot of people on the Democrat side, a lot of people on the media side, that's what they're having to come to grips with today, and that's what many of them still remain in denial about. This is lying about the most personal thing in many people's minds, their relationship with their doctor and their health. Not only that, the health of their entire family. This is as personal a lie as this president or any president could have told people. That's why I say that this is the worst lie of any presidential lie I'm aware of. I don't think, because of the personal nature of this, that there could be a worse lie. And they know it, and that's why they're trying to slither out of this. And they're trying to slither out of it by telling another lie. Because it can never be that they lied. You just didn't hear right. You were lied to by others in the media that you listen to or watch. But the president didn't lie. The fact is he's lying again now. And the media, now this Ron Fournier piece, poor Ron, he's devastated by it. He does his best to save Obama in this. He does his best. But it's not possible. He said, stop lying. The media said, stop lying. And he told another lie. But I can't, I'm sorry to bludgeon this, but I can't emphasize enough. And I think people inside the Beltway are going to miss this. This is really, I'm emphasizing it, the personal nature of this. To them, it's a bad lie. It's a bad lie because it's an obvious lie. It's a bad lie because they can't get him out of it. That's not why it's a bad lie. It's a bad lie because it's like Kyle Smith in New York Post said on Sunday. Obama's a BSer. There's all BS all, but this is not BS. This is a flat-out deceitful, intentionally deceitful lie that was only made to benefit Obama, the Democrat Party. And when he lies and gets away with it, everybody else gets harmed. You don't keep your doctor. You don't keep your policy. You're faced with cancellation and renewed and increased prices if you want to stay insured. And remember this, the Democrat Party has made this the most important thing in many people's lives. There are people who literally go through near panic each and every day over the fact they might get sick or their kids might get in a car wreck or something's going to happen to bankrupt them. And because the Democrats have told them that's what's going to happen. The Democrats have told people that you're one accident, you're one illness away from being bankrupt. And that's why we got to do the reform. That's why we got to do Obamacare. And now it's Obamacare that's going to bankrupt people. Now it's Obamacare that is one step away from bankruptcy, one paycheck away from it. It's Obamacare that is causing all of this. I think the drive-bys have to be aware of how bad this looks. Look at how many articles we've seen about Obama. He had to lie because the public's too stupid to realize how good Obamacare is for us. I mean, that's one theme out there. He had to lie. He had to lie because the public, low-information crowd, they're too stupid to see how good this is for everybody. He had to lie about it in order to get it passed. He had to lie because if he told the truth, the Republicans would have used the truth against him. We can't have that. It's another theme that's out there. I got to take a break. Sit tight. Back in a second.